All right, so NWA 74 night 2. We had 12 matches, so of course I got to keep a little list here. Began with Caprice Coleman versus Colby Carino, 2 out of 3 falls match. Caprice got the first fall, Colby got the next 2. Solid opener, got the crowd into it. I like watching Caprice Coleman work. I like how he kind of has religious style moves thrown in there, like the Trinity, his 3 Northern Light suplexes. I like it, dig it. Guy's got a great look to him, solid in the ring, good on the mic. Good opener. We then go into a 12-team battle royal for the U.S. titles. Yes, they have more than one tag team title. Crazy seeing Alex Taylor out there, who's the person who took a literal top rope bump the night before. This is like most, battle royals where it's 12 tag teams. So there's 24 people in the ring, 5 people on the outside. Fixers won. Good on them. Just came down with like American flags and all that. U.S. tag titles. I can respect that. Mercurio versus Magic Jake Dumas. Magic Jake Dumas is probably my favorite NWA like mid-card guy. It's such an indie gimmick, but he does it so well, and you got the victory over Mercurio. Liked it. Solid match. You got the guy whose gimmick is he's on the cover of romance novels, and the other guy's a magician. Wrestling the way it's meant to be. Davey Richards defended the MLW Openweight title against Thrillbilly Silas. I like the physicality in this. I like seeing your smaller, more technical guy in Davey. Just really, really working this match. And I like how you can tell that people who work a different style, he was constantly going for submissions and for moves. He was staying on top of Silas. And Silas had him with almost like a foot height difference, who was just wrestling the big man style. And, Richards retained. Solid match. Liked the work for it. So Anthony Mayweather, Crimson, took on Sion for, that is the national title. There's a lot of titles. This is, of course, came out from night 1, where Anthony Mayweather attacked Jack Stane, which Sion was like, no, you're not robbing me of my moment of winning this title. So they had a nice match. I do like when they do the whole person defended title the night before, probably worn down. So Mayweather was on top the majority of this match. I like how they both had Death Valley drivers. I like how Sion hit his Death Valley driver towards the end, and then just kind of went, I'm going to do another one. Instead of doing the big move, kick out, do it again. He went, big move. Do it again. Big move. Got the 3 count. Again, good match. Love the flow of it. I like how they just up in night 1 carried over to night 2. Pretty Empowered versus the Hex in a King's Highway street fight. This match did have the new TLC. Tables, Legos, and chairs. I'll be honest, I think right now, when it comes to, and even the Lights Out match that NXT did recently had Legos. I like how Legos are PG thumbtacks. And Pretty Empowered, they've been not on the same page. One's kind of plucky baby, the other one's kind of a heel, and this night they fully turned heel. Liked it, thought it was good. It's great seeing a street fight where one person's like, I'm going to do everything I can. The person's like, no, I don't want to hit them with chairs. I don't want to hit them with kendo sticks. And then towards the end of the match, it's like, you know what? Hand me that kendo stick. What? I'm going to break it on this woman. And Pretty Empowered retained over the Hex. All right. This is one thing they did a lot of, where the baby faces had a lot of fire and came out and hit really hard early on. Heels weathered the opening storm. Did their way, find their way back. Faces get on top again, and then, the heels just take over and win. I will say, I wish NWA did a better job with camera angles. They entirely missed Allison Kay taking the top rope bump through the table on the outside. But it also gives it more of that, if things weren't planned a certain way, you might actually miss moments of action. But Again, solid match. Homicide versus Ricky Morton for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Ricky Morton has wrestled longer than I've been alive. This, of course, is continuation from last night, where Homicide defended his title against Kerry Morton, Ricky's son. Ricky Morton, I'm surprised he can still do what he does, but there's a lot more psychology, there's a lot more punches. He throws good punches, so I'm fine with that. I think they went for a Canadian Destroyer that they just didn't set up quite right, which then went into a code red. Finish seemed really odd, like something happened to Ricky. They did like a thumb to the eye and then a punch to the back of the head, and that was your pinfall. Felt really like it's just weird, like the match just sort of just ended. But Ricky Morton, living legend, still goes fairly well in the ring for the amount of miles that were on that car. And I'm pretty sure if you're there live, seeing Ricky Morton wrestle by itself is an amazing thing to have happen. Flip Gordon versus Nick Aldus. Man, there's a lot of matches. This is the third time Flip Gordon has taken on Nick Aldus. He has not won any of those encounters. So again, you have younger guys, and I love watching Nick work. He does this a great job of, if it's a small move, chain a few together. Chain wrestling, work with that. If it's, striking combination, if it's a rest hold, things are given the proper amount of intensity. Hit a big move, give the crowd time to like, oh, give them that moment to respond, and then go on. There's a definite deliberateness in the way that he works. Got him in the Kingsland after blocking a Tiger Feint kick. I loved seeing a setup for a Tiger Feint. Nick rolls out of that spot, goes around the turnbuckle. Flip goes for Tiger Feint again, gets the legs caught. Aldus drags him in the ring, puts him in the Kingsland Cloverleaf. Setup kind of loose, sits in tight, and Gordon's like, I can't get out of this, and taps. Loved it, thought it was great. And then post-match, they're doing the whole like solid match, good job. Odinson runs down and attacks them. Okay, where are we going with this? I'm on board. Aaron Stevens, Damian Sandow, and Rodney Mack versus Pope and Kratos in a Missouri Tornado tag match. They did a bit where they fought up onto the entrance ramp, where they then had it seem like they were fighting in between the projectors and the screens, so you saw, like shadows fighting, which I thought was interesting. Pope and Kratos begin the victory because Pope was locked in the Euthanizer, which is Rodney Mack's submission move. Kratos pulled Rodney Mack's leg, which made Pope fall on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Works. Good match. Fine with it. Crowd loved it. That's all that matters. Throwing in the projection screen bit. Could have done without it, but live crowd reacted positively to it, so it's really all what it comes down to. Tom Ladd versus EC3. Again, a continuation from the night before. Liked you had two big guys who constantly try to do lots of intense moves, and they're like, you know what, I need to slow this down. Do I want to strike this guy? No, not really. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it way down. Let's get this match ground down. Let me ground my opponent down. And then EC3 playing mind games. Interesting seeing someone of his build do mind games. Spitting in his face. So Latimer's just beating the daylights out of him. Ref is constantly being like, I will disqualify you. Bush, I will disqualify you. Then some more control your narrative guys run in. Dude beating on Latimer. Looks like he's going to blast him with a chair. Doesn't. Puts the chair in front of him. Talks to his ear. What's going on? What's he saying? And I was like, I like it. I like it. Did a story beat in part 1. You tee it up in part 2. Do just enough to make people go, what's going to happen next? I'm cool with it. Really cool with it. Now we're into our last 2 title matches. Camille versus Maxi Impaler. Camille, huge plum bruise on her back from a match with Taya Valkyrie. Maxi Impaler won the Burke Invitational. I like how you have this match where you've got the obviously beaten down babyface. And with Bully Ray commentary, they again really push it. She's had a lot of defenses. Is it taking its toll on her? Can she overcome Max? And Camille worked underneath pretty much his entire match, which is great to watch. Again, when someone hits their big finisher and has been kicked out of, I don't want it to be finisher. Wait a second, go for it. I want to be like finisher. Show the person who just hit their big finisher kind of go, and then like a lackadaisical pin. Don't hook a leg. Just put an arm over your opponent. Don't put your full body weight on them. Just do something so when the kick out's there, it's still semi-protected. But kick out of the wastelands, not the Wade Barrett version. This is more kind of like a Canadian backbreaker sort of move. Big spear by Camille. Didn't get, good ring positioning on it. So Max rolls out. Another big move. James Mitchell gets Max's foot on the ropes. I really, really enjoyed seeing the torture rack into the Blue Thunder Bomb. They positioned it well where you saw Camille. So, typical, here's your top rope spot. Camille gets underneath the superplex, gets her in the torture rack, torture Blue Thunder Bomb. Really impressive. It did look like... So, Camille was very secured on her upper body ring gear. But you can tell that part of her ring gear just kept on shifting. Because you saw her constantly just readjust herself. But I was like, vicious match. You would expect ring gear to kind of get messed up. So Max goes for, I'm going to spear you in half against a turnbuckle. Goes for it. Camille gets out of the way. Maxi Impaler impales her shoulder on the ring post. Roll up, 1, 2, 3. When it's done, Camille's like, it's the I survived look. I was like, I like this. I want to see, if you're going to do the plucky babyface, have her be beaten down, have her work from underneath, and have her kind of fluke victory her way out of it. Love it. Really well done. Shorter match, which is good because she should be tired. She should want to end this quickly. And then we end with Trevor Murdock, Tyrus. I like that Trevor came out, big house of fire, takes out Black Cheese, hits his big move right away, tries to defeat Tyrus as fast as possible. Tyrus survives the opening weather from the plucky babyface, and then Tyrus just owns him. Cool. Just controlled the entire match. Small flare from Murdock. Murdock gets the ring bell. Because, ref's taken out. Does the whole, I need to hit him. I can't hit him. Chooses not to. Eats a heart punch. 1, 2, 2.9 kick out. Because Tyrus just put, hands on the chest. Didn't go for a full body weight cover. Just did the whole I got him. Hands on chest. Okay. Roll out of the ring. Tyrus now has the ring bell. Tyrus goes, I just can't. Gets back inside the ring. Black Cheese is distracting the referee a little bit. Little dink to the grapefruits. And top rope bulldog. Nope. Third top rope bulldog. Beats Tyrus. Murdock gets on the mic. Tries to say some nice things to Tyrus. Tyrus walks away. Gives him, the up yours fist movement. Trevor thanks him for coming out, so they worked really hard. Really solid 2 nights of wrestling. And of course, we get to follow up this coming weekend with Clash of the Castle and Worlds Collide from WWE as well as NXT.